168, man. Just bringing more talent to the division. It's going to be a stacked division. It's going to be another division. Be like, wow, Andre's in there. It's me again. But yeah, it's great to be here. PBC Showtime. It's just been a long time coming for this to happen. Now I'm here. I'm going to perform and give the people what they've been looking for, and looking for the future fights.
And tell me why 168? You know, what was it about 160 that you said, okay, it's time to move to 168?
Yeah, body genetics, man. You know, I mean, damn.
It's me again, Boxing Truth here, back with another video. Make sure to smash that like button, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Alright, it's the Boo Boo Andrade fight week. Man, I love Demetrius Andrade. I cannot like this guy, man. He just makes me laugh, bro. One of my favorite fighters in the game, no doubt. And we have to rely on a promotional company that has a history of making or avoiding or preventing legacy fights to somehow provide Andrade a legacy fight for his career, which has been very unfortunate in terms of getting those legacy fights. Andrade turns 35 years old next month. We are still waiting on that legacy fight. And he's finally signed with PBC after since the start of his career, over a decade, he's avoided signing with them for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it just seems like from the outside, he's never wanted to fuck with him, ever. Signed with Artie Puello, Banner Promotions for the start of his career. Then he tried to sign with Rock Nation, which stagnated his career. Then he signs with Eddie Hearn. And he made this move with PBC because it was really his last option. There was no other avenue. There was no other resource. There was no other promoter that was willing to pay what Eddie paid him over the past 4 years. So this was really his last option, and he was forced to sign with Heyman. Not like he wanted to. If he had other options, he probably would have went other avenues. But PBC threw him a lifeline. And now, hopefully, PBC will finally give him one of those marquee names. But I just hope that Andrade fights more than once this year and at least gets one of the names. I seriously doubt he gets Charlo. Charlo's not going to fight him coming off an 18-month layoff. Have no idea what's going on with Charlo. Still no fight scheduled. Don't even know if he wants to fight anymore. Andrade is now going to campaign in a new division. There's no title belts in this division right now. Canelo holds all the straps, and it doesn't look like the sanctioning bodies are in any rush to really enforce a mandatory or strip them. So there's a lot of politics involved on how Andrade will become a 3-division world champion. So this is not the biggest opportunity, but it's an opportunity to fight on the undercard to a Gervonta Tank Davis against an unheralded name. Like, who the hell is he fighting? I don't even know who he's fighting. Desmond Nicholson? What was he? He was a freaking Berlanga leftover, right? Berlanga fought this dude. I think he went the distance with him. Not the best opponent, but you know, he needs to be active, get some ring rust off them. And I want to see if Andrade will continue his knockout streak. Make easy work of another soft touch opponent, which he should. But we'll see, man. I don't have a lot of faith in PBC. I'm not sure if they're gonna even give him more than one fight this year. Don't have a lot of faith that they can bring one of the marquee names. I'm sure David Benavidez will fight him. He needs a marquee name, and that'll be the most interesting fight. That's one of the most interesting fights at super middleweight. It'd be a dangerous fight for Andrade to fight a guy who's almost 10 years younger than him, bigger than him, fresher than him. That'd be a big challenge. But I would love to see that fight. I think that's one of the best fights that could be made in the sport of boxing. And despite Andrade's age, I still wouldn't count him out in that fight. May even be lean towards Demetrius Andrade in that one. I've seen Benavidez struggle with Ronald Gavril, get dropped by him. I saw him have weak moments against an Anthony Durrell. Took him 11 rounds to stop Ronald Ellis. I think that'd be a great opportunity for Andrade, but I would like a title involved. For an opportunity to become a 3-division champion, but if there's no title involved, then that's a fight Andrade has to take. I expect Benavidez to beat Caleb Plant. Plant may have some moments, some moments early, but I expect Plant to get stopped in that one. But we'll see. He still has to fight the fights. And Andrade it's crazy. He's finally a PBC fighter. He's taken all this time. He's in his mid-30s. Has finally signed a multi-fight deal with PBC. But I don't have a lot of faith, man. Just don't have a lot of faith what they can bring to him or even keep him active. They got their issues. Lack of dates, lack of networks, and a lack of fighters that are willing to step to him or sign on the dotted line to fight a Demetrius Andrade. I think Benavidez is the only one that has any real stones to get in the ring and there with him. But that's a dangerous fight for both guys, but one of the best fights that could be made in all of boxing. Looking forward to Demetrius' return to the ring. I've watched every single one of his fights. It's been one of the more head-scratching careers, man. And I just want to see this story come to a fruitful end. Finally getting that big fight. And see if he finally wins that big fight. Too bad, he's going to be 35 years old if he ever finally gets that big fight. We'll be rooting for Andrade if he ever fights Charlo, if he ever fights David Benavidez, or even if somehow Caleb Plant scores the upset. I think Andrade is the favorite in all those fights. I would at least lean towards Andrade winning all those fights. Think he could take all those scalps. And if he beats all three of those guys, or gets at least one or two of them, I think it will be a strong enough case if he ends up undefeated and never gets the Canelo fight. I think that would be good enough for him to maybe get that Hall of Fame slot. If he gets at least one of those guys, especially if he beats a Benavidez. That would be a nice scalp on his record. It will make up for the lost time and the lack of names and the resume that he's had over the course of his career. But that's how much faith I have in Andrade. I think he beats all those cats. And he, right now, will be a major threat to Canelo. But Canelo's never going to fight him. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.